Okay, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you happen to be. Today we'll be looking at the TOEFL reading test. Hopefully we're going to get to some actual practice questions. We're going to start out the class looking at more technique, and in particular skimming and scanning, and what are you looking for, those kinds of things. So hey, hi, good morning, Moises. Good to see you.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm okay. A little tired. I could use more coffee. What time is it where you are?
It's like 10 p.m.
Oh, way
Yeah, it's
the
very
opposite.
late.
Where are you? Brazil?
No, I'm from Colombia.
Colombia. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and where are you? In the
Uh,
United States?
no, actually, I'm an American, but I'm living in the Philippines.
Oh,
So,
okay, it's great.
yeah. So it's morning time here. It's
Yeah, I see.
tomorrow for you. I'm living in the land of tomorrow.
Yeah, I see. You
So,
are not in advance with us.
yeah, I'm ahead. It's Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday 11 in the morning here, actually. So, Moise, do you have plans to take the TOEFL test? Have you taken it before?
No, I never have taken this TOEFL, this exam, but I want to take this exam for maybe the next year.
Sometime the next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And may I ask, why are you planning to take the TOEFL test? For work, or are you planning to go to school in the United States, university?
Yeah, I think maybe for these reasons, because I want to study. I want to do a postgrad, yeah, in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
and I think maybe it's going to, it's going to look very well in my. I don't know, in my, how do you say? Do you know something about Spanish? Hoja de vida?
Sorry, no.
No.
Sorry.
It's like, I want you make a letter in Microsoft Word, and
Yeah.
you show this curriculum. I don't know how to say it in English.
Okay, you might be talking about your
Detail.
resume. Okay, there's three different things. Okay, we often do a cover letter, an introductory letter when we're applying for a job, for example. Cover letter, and then we have a resume. You can see in the chat they're providing answers for you. Resume, or what's often short called CV, or curriculum
Yeah.
vitae, your life
Vitae, yeah.
life
Yeah, this is
information.
the name.
Yeah, right. Okay. Which is not even English at all, by the way. It's actually Latin. Vitae means life, in Latin.
Yeah.
So, like English words, vital comes from this word, vital, important to your life. Okay. Nice chatting with you, Moises. I'm going to say hi to a few other people. Thanks for
Okay,
talking to me.
thanks to you.
All right, we'll talk to you again before class is over, of course. Rasal, congratulations. Should I say congratulations?
Yeah. Hello. Thanks.
Hi. All right. 28 in the practice test. Okay. Not bad. Now, actually, let me ask you something. Where did you take a practice writing test?
Teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's online.
Online. Okay.
ETS.
And how soon were you able to get your score?
As I submit the tests.
Very good. That's cool. If you can, if you're willing and if you can,
Yes.
if you could put a link in the chat, either chat. I'm not sure which chat you're using, but I'll share it with both. That would be great for everyone. Okay.
Chat link for ATS.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah, and anytime, anytime during the class is fine. All right,
Okay.
I'm going to say hi to a few other people. Passan, are you there?
But
Yeah.
that stupid chat is not working right now.
Okay, all right. Oh, I know what you mean, brother. Don't I know? Yes, it's okay. All right. No problem. Passan, are you there? Passan, are you there? Do you have a microphone? Okay, moving along. Hello, Renee's back. Hi, Renee. How you doing today?
Hi, Oakley. I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good to see you, as always. Talk with you later. Hi, Rod. Good to see you too.
Hi. How was your day?
Well, so far so good, but it's early.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Oh, lots of familiar faces. Hello, Alessandro. Or is this Nestor? Am I?
Hello, Moody.
Hello. You can call.
How are you?
I'm good, but you can call me Oakley. Moody's my
Oakley.
surname. That's,
Oh,
Mr.
okay,
Moody's
sorry.
my dad. Yeah.
Okay.
You can just call me Oakley. I'm casual.
Okay.
Right. I'm good.
How are you? Okay.
How are you?
How's it going?
I'm
I'm fine,
good.
thanks.
I'm good. Okay. Hi, Eric. How are you today?
So far, so good. How are you, teacher?
Exactly the same. So far, so good. We'll see. All right. I'm well. Good to see you. Jesus.
Me too, teacher.
Good. Glad to hear it. Jesus, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Good. Loud and clear. Your microphone's good. Where are you from, Jesus?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico. Okay. Glad to have you with us. And Maan is back. Hi, Maan. How's it going? Yeah, I'm talking to you. How are you? Oh, well. Can't hear your mic, buddy. Oh, well. And for those of you viewing from outside, Renee, sorry you're not here. Imar, whoever you guys are, Lizeth. I know there's a bunch of you outside. Hello. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. All right, let's start talking about TOEFL here. One thing as I was preparing for the class today, I kind of realized that there's something I really haven't shared with you, and that is, let's see if you guys can even figure out what I'm talking about. When you're about to start doing the reading, and some of you hopefully are preparing to do TOEFL reading, others may be planning on an IELTS or CAE, whatever. A lot of the stuff that we're doing today and looking at is common to all of those tests. All right, so the advice, I'm not going to say every time this goes for TOEFL, IELTS, CAE, TOEIC. Just trust me, most of what we're doing today does. Later in the week, we're going to get into specific TOEFL questions, hopefully by the end of the class. But first thing, your approach, your mental approach to any of these reading tests, there are advantages and disadvantages to being familiar with the topic, being familiar with the information in the reading. It's actually both bad and good. Can anybody guess why it would be good to be familiar with the reading? Can anybody guess? Take a flying guess? Well, I'll tell you. It's
Okay.
going to... Yeah,
I
sorry.
think it's going to be good because some strange words are not going to surprise you and are not going to be unknown for you. Maybe because if you have read a test before about
Yes.
that contest or about that reading.
That's exactly right. So part of your studying for these kinds of tests is becoming familiar with the different topics. Renee is exactly correct. If you're familiar with the topics, you'll be familiar with the vocabulary, and this will help you. This will help you because all of these tests have vocabulary questions, and if you know the word, you don't even have to look at the reading. You know the definition. You know it by heart completely. It will really help your speed. Exactly, Renee. Perfect answer. Why would it be an advantage to not know the material? This is the tricky question. Can anybody guess?
Why it's advantage to not know the material?
Yeah, not know the topic, not be familiar with the topic. Have a brand new topic you never heard anything about before. Any idea?
No.
Okay, well, let me explain it to you. I would often teach my students preparing for, especially TOEFL, pretend, enter the testing facility as if you are an alien from another planet and you have no clue about any of the topics. Because when you get to those tricky inference questions, if you know a lot of information, you will tend to use the information up here in your brain to make inferences. Okay, what does the reading imply? You will use your own knowledge. Not good. It's very difficult to not do that, actually, if you know a lot about the topic. If you know nothing about the topic, then all your information has to come from the reading and be directly derived or figured out from the reading, and actually that can be an advantage. Because really, one of the keys to this whole reading thing is you're only answering questions about what is in the reading itself. So if you have a lot of background knowledge, sometimes you'll use your background knowledge, and you should avoid that. Because I have seen many examples of TOEFL reading material, for example, which I strongly disagree with the writer's contentions, with his opinions, with his views. And so it's very hard for me to not use my opinion when I'm considering the inferences, especially. Or even when I'm considering what the main topic or idea is. Which brings me to my... hopefully you can see my point. My point is, go in, only react to what is written. Don't use your own views. Sometimes they trick you into doing that. Okay, so also going into the test, the first thing you're going to want to do, basically, anyone will tell you, do not read the whole passage. Yes, you
Sorry,
can.
teacher, can I ask you something?
Absolutely. Anybody can ask a question anytime. What's up?
Okay, well, I don't understand very good what you said.
Okay.
I want to review, for example, you talk about the interpretation about what you're reading, or...
That's right.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So it can be both an advantage or disadvantage if you know that the topic is, I don't know, the solar system. And if you know a lot about the solar system, it's going to help you with vocabulary, but you've probably already formed opinions or conclusions that may disagree with the author. They may not even be presented in the passage. That's the disadvantage. Okay? So you've got to be extra careful to not use your own knowledge. That's why I advise TOEFL students to pretend you're an alien and you know nothing. So everything you learn, you get right from the reading. It's very easy to make this mistake. Even native speakers will make this mistake.
So it's not good to take words from the reading?
No, yeah, you should. That's opposite. You should
Okay.
exactly only look at what's in the reading, not what you know about the subject. That's the point. So, hand in hand with that, I actually I have a little material I want to share with you. Going hand in hand with that, one of your first tasks is to actually, you should be considering that. You should be considering what the heck, what is the author's viewpoint? Quite often, some TOEFL passages will just be purely informational. Sometimes the author will be explaining something. Here, let me just share this with you. Give me half a sec. Okay, just to give you an idea what I mean. Hang on half a sec. I want to share something with you. All right. Step 1. All right, you're looking at a passage. This is pretty straightforward. There you go. Exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Writers write for many reasons. Some are purely summaries of information. So here you go. The majority of TOEFL passages do one of these 3 things. You should go into the test thinking, okay, what is this writer trying to do? All right, are they, first one here, are they just trying to explain? Presenting information on specific topics with lots of facts. Facts that support the explanation. All right, a simple summary, in other words. Excuse me. Second purpose may be resolve. The purpose of the passage is to find solutions for some sort of dilemma. These are the reading passages where there's some kind of controversy about something. Example, I've seen one where they argue if Shakespeare really wrote his plays, or if he if he was just the front man, if someone else actually wrote Shakespeare's plays. This is an actual TOEFL writing, and they're arguing a point, actually 2 points. He may just be saying, well, it might be he did, and it might be he didn't. So the piece or the passage is explaining arguments pro and con, for and against. The author also may be trying to convince you of something. He's presenting an argument with his own viewpoint or his own opinion. Now, this is going to be important to understand what the author is doing. It's going to be important later because you're going to have summary questions, like the table questions, where you have to figure out not so much, definitely not your opinion, and that's why I'm saying you can't be thinking, what do I think about this? You sort of have to be a little bit of a mindless robot. Try not to form your opinions, all right? When you're reading, you have to be, when you're taking this test, you have to be a little emotionally detached, okay? Don't get involved. Don't say, I know Shakespeare wrote those plays. He had to have. Don't do that. You have to mentally reject that. It's very easy to do. It's easy for me. I'm an American. I'm very opinionated. I can't help myself. I start getting angry at the writer. Gets me in trouble. I'm horrible at this TOEFL test, by the way. I mean, I'm good at it. I know how to do it, but it's a struggle for me. It's difficult. That's
but I think,
one of the reasons.
I think it's good if you can express some feeling, no? A little.
Well, it is certainly good when you come to the speaking test. Yes. And good point, Moises. They're going to test you for that later. When you're writing or speaking, when it's going out, when the skill is English out, then yes, you must be able to express and better support your opinions. When it's coming in, when it's listening and reading, absolutely not. You have to be a robot, really.
Okay.
What is the
I
purpose?
didn't know.
Yeah, okay. It's a mindset thing. This is really my advice, but it has helped some of my students before.
Okay.
And Russell asked, what is the point? What is the purpose of TOEFL? I think it's largely to torture you.
Yes. This is one of the torturing exam.
Oh, I hear Minnie. Minnie, you're in the class now. Okay.
Yeah, finally I got it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think it's to torture you. All right. Really, most people take TOEFL to get into American or sometimes Canadian universities. Some and some. Yeah, I was just going to finish. Yeah, some employees require or request TOEFL certification. You know, if you think about it. To work at McDonald's, you don't need TOEFL, okay? But if you're gonna get a job as an interpreter at the UN, you're gonna need TOEFL. You're gonna need a lot more than TOEFL.
But
If you want to become teacher,
possibly teacher. What? That's true. Russell, what was that?
I was saying that when I want to get the job and then I had to give an interview face to face, and that's a different scenario. And the TOEFL teaches us like a robot, or treats us like a robot.
Treats you like a robot. Yeah, it's true. Well, it's what I'm telling you. You kind of have to have that mindset, especially for reading and listening. Bruno, I don't know if you're in the class or out of the class, but Bruno is asking a good question. Can I learn self-taught and then receive the TOEFL certificate? Well, you're going to have to take the TOEFL test. So, yeah, it's going to involve a lot of self-study. But I worked at an academy for about 3 years, and I had students who would try to take these tests only doing home study or self-study. It never works, actually. I'm sorry to say, but it never works. Their score is definitely gonna jump up after some actual classroom instruction. It always does.
Yeah. The problem is that the speaking rubrics are so weird that we can't judge ourselves where we stand.
That's yeah. It's actually it would be That's an excellent point. It would be impossible for me, Bruno, for example, to score my own speaking test. I don't even think I could do it. So I don't know. I'm a native speaker. I don't know how you could possibly do it. I really don't. I couldn't do my own. So very difficult.
Yes, we can do it in reading and listening because they are like a mathematical style.
Much more so.
When it comes to speaking, then it's very difficult to judge yourself.
And I agree. I completely agree with Russell's idea here. I think he's right. Okay, and listening. Actually, as far as listening, Bruno, TOEFL, IELTS, any of these, you may have people with slightly different accents. And if you're not listening, used to listening to people with different accents, I highly suggest you do. He said do. You do. You do a lot of home practice listening. You CDs, they're out there. You can go to websites and download some of the listening MP3s and so forth. So listening to all kinds of things is very good. Actually, Russell has a very good point. NPR radio, well, that's in the United States. Most people probably can't get that. NPR radio, you know what else is good is BBC News.
Yeah.
BBC newscasters are exactly what you're going to hear, for example, in an IELTS test. It's exactly what you hear. So those are good. Yeah, and Bruno, you're right. Anything else, movies, radio, whatever. Yeah, so that's important to do a lot of. Okay, let's continue with reading a bit more. I have something else to share with you. Now, look, I'm actually sharing with you from an IELTS document. Again, as I said, the skills are the same. The skill set, I just like this lesson, so I'm going to do another screen share with you from one of my IELTS textbooks. But the idea is the same. Now, you guys, some of you have taken these tests before, and I really encourage you to, I don't know, argue with me if you think I'm wrong or make another suggestion. I'm perfectly okay with that because, look, the whole way or your method or your system of taking these tests, it can be different for different people. I'm not saying everything I say is 100% what you need to do, and I would never suggest that. Some people use different methods. What you do have to do, Bruno and others, is figure out which method is the most effective for you, which is going to involve a lot of home study and testing yourself. Okay? And try doing it different ways. Don't just, seriously, everyone, you're going to have to do a lot of home practice. Try doing different techniques. And just stick with it. Do it one way, and then do it another way, and see which one works for you. For example, anybody will tell you, pretty much, unless you're a very fast, very good reader, your skills are really good, anyone will tell you don't read the whole thing. Don't read the whole passage. You're going to get actually, I've studied since yesterday. Actually, how many passages you get in TOEFL reading can actually change. It can be 3 or 4 or 5. I didn't really realize that because yesterday we were talking, I don't know, Mina and Russell and some others about how many questions on the test and how many passages. Actually, after doing some research, there is no definite answer. Scary. It changes, and anyway, I could say, oh, as of 1 month ago, it was 3 passages, but they change it all the time, so there is no answer. Okay, now everyone will tell you, unless you're a really fast reader, that you don't want to waste time. Time is your worst enemy. Reading everything. So we're going to look at something here called scanning. You scan for things, you search for things, and if you see these diagrams, a little weird here, right? This shows you different ways to scan. Notice something. Now, of course, when we read, naturally, we read from top to bottom, left to right. We all know that. If you look at some of these scanning directions, bottom right hand, number 1, bottom right hand corner to top left, straight bottom to straight top, like stairway, zigzag, diagonal up left, down left, up left. These are weird, right? These have nothing to do with normal reading directions. All of them have that in common. They're all weird. None of them are exactly how we would read. Why do you think that is? And let me ask a couple people, does anybody have any idea?
I think maybe because you just want to find some works fast, no?
That's right. That's exactly right. Very good. Because you don't want to get caught up. If you start to read left to right in a normal pattern, what inevitably happens is you'll start reading all the sentences, all the words. We can't help ourselves. It's just natural. So if you go in the wrong direction, like number 5, you're going totally back and forth, or totally backwards, diagonal, either way, it prevents you from, I guess, wasting time actually reading whole phrases and sentences. So actually, I'd like to ask some of my students who've taken the test before, Mine, how do you scan?
Okay, I read couple techniques
Okay.
but I haven't done any techniques. And
Okay. What does that mean? Okay.
one of the techniques and most popular techniques, you should scan the middle of the page, go through up to down.
Middle of the page,
And
up to down.
Up to down.
Okay.
yeah.
Starting in the middle.
Yes,
Why are you
start
starting
in
in the middle?
I am not expert that. I just read the techniques.
Okay. Actually, Moise, is the same reason you just described. Because if we go in the normal reading pattern, we're going to end up just reading it. We can't, our brain just automatically starts reading it.
Yeah.
And by the way, Renee, I'm not working on the material that was attached. This is actually IELTS material, but it's just showing scanning, which is the same in any of these. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was searching about this topic and I didn't find it. Can you kindly share the link, please, Oakley?
This link,
I found it useful.
Okay.
If you can, actually.
Actually, I can't. I have this on a PDF file.
Okay.
I want to know.
Maybe.
I want to know what are the advanced to use different techniques of scanning. You know, what is the difference to use? Yeah, what is the advance? Or what do you recommend?
Out of all these, I recommend, like I said earlier, that you try them all and see which one works for you.
Okay.
What works for me may not work for you, Moises. Honestly, I can't. Okay, again, I say it over and over again. There's no silver bullet. Do you know that idiom?
Not.
Okay, a silver bullet, like if you can imagine you're shooting a werewolf, it will always kill them. The idiom, there's no silver bullet. There's no one perfect answer.
The one simple shot.
Yeah, exactly, Renee. One simple shot. Yeah, it doesn't. There's no such thing. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mine. You start in the middle of the page, which is interesting. And what else? What is your other technique?
Especially vocabulary question, you should scan very easily and find the vocabulary. Sometimes they don't highlight no, generally they highlight the vocabulary, sorry.
Right.
They said read the first sentence and last sentence.
Yeah, okay, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, you're often going to also hear the advice, hear the first sentence and the last sentence. Actually, at least the first sentence, yes, I would recommend. Definitely. And actually, the first paragraph. Again, so you can get the idea of what the author's trying to accomplish. I should have mentioned that earlier when I was talking about figure out what is the writer's purpose. Usually, 99% of the time, that will be right in the first paragraph.
Okay.
Because, of course, that's the topic paragraph. That's the introductory paragraph. So I would advise always reading the first paragraph. Then you know where he's going, at least, which will help you later. And as Mine says, there's going to be vocabulary questions in TOEFL. They put markers in the text for you so that you can scan for those things very quickly. So obviously you have to just spot scan later in the test, right, for those specific questions. Yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, everyone, Russell has kindly put a link over there in the chat box. Everybody might want to grab that because it has some actual practice tests. Thank you very much, Russell.
Welcome.
Okay. Oh, I have this website bookmarked. I could have given you this one. Stupid me. All right. Well, whatever. Okay. look at this a little more. And as far as I can't send you a link to this PDF, but I may be able to send you the PDF.
Okay. Can you kindly
Actually,
give me the name? I will Google it.
yeah. Okay.
The title. It will be more easy for me searching.
Can I send? I can't send documents through this chat box, can I? I've never tried that.
You can attach it in your Google Drive, and
In the Google? In the Google chat?
Google Drive.
Google Drive.
There's an icon of Google Drive.
Yeah.
Right in that strip.
Oh God! You know how paranoid I am to do that.
but you first have to attach it in your Gmail account and Gmail.
Oh, okay.
Then it will be.
All right.
For me, it's okay with the name of the PDF. I will Google it. It will be easy.
All right.
If you can.
Well, this is actually in IELTS. It's called ADD, IELTS reading, and that's it. But yeah, you can look for it.
Yeah. For me, it's good.
Okay. All right.
It's a clue. Thanks, Oakley.
Okay. Let's try a little scanning here. I haven't even showed you the reading. Now, can you guys see what I have on the screen? The screen share? Do I need to make it bigger?
It's
okay.
It's blurry because
blurry.
the connection is low.
Well, I think it's also blurry because the PDF is not very good, quite honestly. All right. Now, using scanning technique. Now, I'm going to give you a cheater here, a little bit. I'm going to show you writing passage, and we're going to look for these words down here in the gray box, starting with Shay. Eventually, I'm going to give you a cheat, though. First, we're just going to look for Shay. We're going to start from the bottom up. Okay, scanning. Let's see who can find it first. Ready, set, go. Wait. Hang on a second. Come to me. See, now it's not big enough. Now it's too big.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's too big. Wait a minute.
That's the word. It's in the second last line.
You got it. See how fast that was? Okay, for all you rookies out there, boom. That's how fast you can scan for words if you practice. Again, here's a skill that needs to be practiced. Okay. That was awesome. Scary, but awesome. It's faster than I could do, probably. Actually, that one's pretty easy. All right, let's see if you can find...
You gave the hint, that's why.
Yeah. Let's see if you can find the next word, eventually.
In what paragraph, D?
I'm not going to tell you. Did you find it?
Okay. No.
Now it's become blurry.
It is? Yeah, when I make it bigger, though, it doesn't
Sorry,
quite...
what word did you say?
Word we're looking for now is eventually.
Okay.
Irreversible.
You see it? You see it? Notice.
Try to move.
Don't try to move. I'm making it worse, aren't I? I'm sorry.
Yes, I find the eventually. Paragraph D, last second line, and it starts eventually the fertile topsoil.
No.
Indeed. Now notice when you have a weird word like that, it's going to be hard to find. Try to find overcultivation.
No, it's become total blurry. I can't see.
Overcultivation?
Overcultivation.
Yeah, in the
We
paragraph
cannot
C,
see that.
in the 4-5.
Yes.
He got it.
Course, C.
He's got good eyes. There it is. I wanted to make one point here. A weird word like shea nuts. I don't even know what the heck that is. All right, and a weird word is much easier to find. Word like eventually, much harder. But when a word is capitalized, even much more difficult. All right. Well, there's a lot of other scan exercises you can do here, but let's leave this alone for a minute. Hang on. Gonna get out of here for a minute. All right. All right. Now, let's look at the document that I did have attached. Did everybody get that?
Yeah.
Shay, yeah, Shay. Imar is asking, what's Shay? You know what? I don't know. It's a kind of, it's a kind of nuts. You're right. S-H-E-A. It's a kind of nut from Africa. I have no idea. Yes, they always highlight the vocabulary words, which makes them easy. But sometimes, for example, in other questions, when it's specifically a vocabulary question, it's highlighted, very easy to find, very simple. When it's another kind of question, though, you may have to search for keywords, regardless, in the different types. Sure, Imar. All right, what was the document that I did attach to today's class? Was it ADD TOEFL? Do you guys know, or was
ADD TOEFL Reading.
Yeah, okay, good. All right. Which one do I have? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, well, let's kind of look at something. All right, hold on. Now, all right, I'll try sharing another one with you here. Let me just adjust it a little bit. Okay, even this is not really a good example, kind of an old textbook. Because, as others have noted, there are going to be highlighted words, vocabulary words. There's going to be little blocks in the writing that shows where we might substitute a sentence. They'll ask you to fill in a sentence somewhere, things like that. So that you're going to see things in the text of the writing, like a blocked word, blocked pronoun. It'll ask you, what does the pronoun refer to? Tomorrow, the rest of the week, we'll be looking at better examples of that in a different textbook. But for now, let's look at this one to give you some idea. At least it'll give you an idea of the type of material you're going to be dealing with. All right, hang on. Ta-da-da. Okay, we have Spanish speakers in the class today? Of course we do.
Yeah.
Good. Well, maybe. Oh, here we go. Here's a case where you may be much more familiar with the topic than I am, or someone else might be.
Cabildo.
Cabildo. Yeah. I. Do you know that word?
Yes.
You do? Well, good
yes,
for you.
I'm from Venezuela.
Okay. Well then, super. Renee, go ahead and read it.
All right. The Cabildo, which is Spanish for municipal council, was a fundamental unit of local government in colonial Spanish America. Following a tradition going back to the Romans, the Spanish considered the city to be of paramount importance, with the surrounding countryside directly.
Okay. All right. We read the first paragraph. What is the author trying to do? Is he just providing information? Is he presenting an opinion or argument? Or is he presenting a controversy? What do you think? What do you think, Renee? Hello?
Is no, I think they're trying
I mean, I can't hear
tell
anything.
us. Oh, I think
Okay.
it's
Renee,
trying to
suddenly
give
I
us.
can't hear you. Renee?
Hello? Hello?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can hear you now. I think Google froze up for a second.
Yeah.
All right. So let's think about what we talked about earlier. We read the first, Rod, I'm sorry. Yeah, I should have told you. I think it's page 8.
Page? Which page is it?
Okay, doesn't say. I think this is page 8, though.
8.
What am I doing? Okay, no page number. There was a page number. I think it's page 8.
There is a page number.
There is? Okay. Sorry, just couldn't see it. Okay, I thought so. My memory, but all right. Looking at
which one is it.
We just looked at the first paragraph here. Now, as I said much earlier in the class, I would advise reading the first paragraph because it's going to tell us what is the author's objective. Is it simply to provide information or a summary? Is it to give a strong opinion, or is it to present contrast, comparison, controversy kind of thing? So what do you think from reading this first one?
No, I think it's just an informative opinion. I mean,
I think I agree with Renee. Very good. Believe it or not, even that tiny piece of information is going to help you with questions later on. If you just understanding the direction, what the author is thinking. A lot of times that's kind of how we have to think about it. What is the author's point? Again, remember, saying it again, you're acting like a robot. You have no opinion or feeling about this. We're going on what the author feels or thinks or wishes to accomplish. Okay. Sometimes, actually, in TOEFL, I have read some articles which I thought were quite terrible. Is it 19? Thank you, Renee. Is it 8 or 19? God. I can't find the page number. Oh, nerd. Okay.
19.
All right, it's 19. Thank you. Thank you very much. Must be 8. Another one of my... I got various... Okay, ready? Scan. Did you get that? Okay. Actually, the questions are kind of like this. Let's look at some questions, all right? And I'm going to have you guys answer this. All right, so let me talk to Rod. Are you there?
Yeah.
Rod, are you there?
I am here, teacher.
Okay.
I was looking for a teacher position verbally.
Were you? Oh, great.
I would like to teach Spanish.
Okay. Can I take your class? No habla español. Can I take your class, Rod?
Maybe if they give me the position.
Okay. Well, good luck. Best of luck to you. All right, let's look at question 1 here. This is, what kind of question is this? This is a vocabulary question. Okay. So, Rod, look at this question here, all right? Which choice does the word paramount as used in line 6 refer to? Okay. Very nicely. They're going to tell you where to scan for it. This is what I was talking about earlier. They tell you exactly where to find it. In the actual test, it will be highlighted. It will look like that. It will have a block on it. Okay. So there it is. Rod, the Spanish considered the city to be of paramount importance. All right. So this would be a typical vocabulary question. So what do you think is the answer? A, B, C, D. Actually,
Hey.
yeah, okay. Actually, let's look at them one at a time. Let's pretend you don't know. Now, you might, Russell knew immediately. I myself, when I was preparing for the class, I know the word. I didn't even look at the reading. If you know 100% sure that paramount means fundamental, then don't bother looking at the reading. But only if you're 100% sure. Did you know that immediately, Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know paramount can never mean government, tradition, surrounding. Now let's pretend that you did not know what paramount meant. Then, of course, you're going to look at the reading and read it in context. Okay? Maybe, in some cases, let's look at some of these other goofy words here. Government. All right. So instead of paramount, I'm going to put in the word government. I'm just going to do simple substitution. The Spanish considered the city to be of government importance. That makes no sense. All right. Now, what I'm demonstrating here is how I can very simply get rid of answers. I know B's not, that's never going to work. All right, let's try tradition. Let's trot back over. The Spanish considered the city to be of tradition importance. Traditional importance? Maybe if I change the word, wait, following a tradition going back to the Romans, the Spanish considered the city to be of traditional importance. That's confusing when I do that, right?
Yeah, this word is very...
It's confusing, but so maybe I'm not sure with C. All right? I know B's wrong. C, I got a maybe. All right, let's try D. Surrounding. The Spanish considered the city to be of surrounding importance, with the surrounding countryside directly subordinate to it. Wait a minute. That's very repetitive. They will often do this with vocabulary questions. They will repeat information in the sentence, and that is very bad English, and that's not going to be the answer. No way. So, okay, I've eliminated B and D. Now, what I'm doing right here would be very common in the IELTS test. You can get rid of 2. One's a maybe. All right, it confuses me. I don't understand it, maybe. Let's try A, fundamental. Following a tradition going back to the Romans, the Spanish considered the city to be of fundamental importance. Ooh, okay. With the surrounding countryside directly subordinate to it. Oh, okay. Fundamental means necessary or absolute, absolutely necessary. All right, so if the countryside is subordinate to it, that probably means it's necessary. So I can choose A or C. I would probably choose A because it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so I was just demonstrating what you normally do in this test. You're quite off. If you're 100% sure, just choose it and keep going because it's all timing. If you're not 100% sure, then get rid of the answers that you don't know. And, very simply, vocabulary part, just substitute. Also, the pronoun questions, they may ask you to say which word does the pronoun it refer to, or they, whatever. Again, just use the simple substitution method. Basically always works. Is that what you guys do? Renee or Renee, Russell,
Yes,
anybody
that is
who's
my
taken the
strategy.
test? You just use substitution?
Yes.
Suddenly I can't hear anyone. Am I talking to myself?
Can you hear me?
For example, if you choose for example, A is the correct
I can't
answer,
hear you guys.
but you choose...
How bizarre.
What was your question?
Okay. I
What
can
was your
hear
question?
myself, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear
Eric,
me?
say something.
Eric, what was your... Oakley.
Hi.
Ah, okay. There we go. All right. Thank you, Eric. You broke the
Where's the topic, teacher?
You broke the sound barrier.
Okay,
the topic for that moment was the fact I couldn't hear any of the students. That was the topic. All right, let's look at number 2. Let me look at number 2 here. Hang on, I'm going to share some. Eric, I'm gonna let you try this. Okay. Hang on. All right, Eric, can you see question 2?
No, I can.
You can't see that? Okay. How about now?
I got the document. I can send you.
You do? Yeah. Here.
Fine. After 5 minutes of trying.
After 5 minutes of trying. Okay.
And the second question said, where was the cabildo used as a form of government?
Bingo. You got it. All right.
That's the answer.
What's that?
I got the answer.
You do? Oh, do you? Okay. Who was that? Who's got the answer?
Me.
Who's me?
Eric.
Eric. All right, Eric. What's the answer?
It's the B, letter B, in Spanish colonies.
Okay, now, Eric, how did you find the answer?
Because I was receiving a class in my primary school, or you could say second primary, yes, primary
school.
Primary school, yes.
Okay. Now, well, here is the problem with that. This is exactly what I was trying to express so strongly earlier. Do not use your knowledge.
Oh, yes, you talk about this in the beginning.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, right.
It is easy to find it in the first sentence.
Yeah, Renee, got it. That's exactly right. It's still up there in the first paragraph, right? Oh, no, first sentence. You're actually correct. I'm sorry. You're right. Boom, it actually says in colonial Spanish America, right? It's right there already in the writing. Okay, so Eric, be very careful because I have actually experienced what I know. My knowledge is that, Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet, but the author might be arguing that in fact he did not. So I have to work with what the writer said, or what the writer believes, or whatever. So there you go. Thank you, actually. See, that was my point, how easy it is to do this. Oh, I learned this when I was a child. I know what the answer is. Well, maybe you do, but this is why you have to pretend you're a space alien and pretend you don't know. Thank you, Eric, for reinforcing my point, actually.
Yes.
You are the teacher's assistant of the day. You get a gold star. Excellent. Totally made my point. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's try another another vocabulary. And the word is reminiscent. All right, who wants to try this one?
I will.
I will. Okay. Go ahead, I.
Where is the question? Which question?
Oh, you have to figure that out.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Oh, I'm getting bounced around here. Ah, boy. The question was number 3. Another vocabulary. Reminiscent, as used in lines 11, 12.
Okay.
Which are over here. Reminiscent here.
I think it's from remnant and it should be from...
Yeah, I just find
be,
A. Something in the past. Okay, actually we only have 1 minute left. Sorry, Mine. We'll be doing a lot more practice the rest of the week and less on technique. I have to go now, but before I go,
using the same document, teacher.
If not, you can check before the class. There will be documents attached for tomorrow. Just log in a few minutes early so you can download it. Okay. I might actually use something different tomorrow. But anyway, before I go, vocabulary. Russell used a different technique. He thought about the root word or where the word comes from, so he could best figure out what would work in the sentence. Very good. And that takes a certain amount of knowledge of root words and vocabulary, but definitely a very good way to think about it or come up with a correct answer. Okay. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, teacher. I will see you tomorrow.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, if not before.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Renee. Bye, Russell.
Bye-bye.
Rod. Renee, everyone, good to see you.
Bye.
Bye.